Hi everyone, Bruce here at eTrailer. Today we're going to take a look at and install the Blue Ox Trailer Hitch receiver on our 2023 Ford Edge. Now if you do have a Ford Edge and you've got a trailer hitch receiver on there, just let us know how you're using that trailer hitch. Are you using a cargo carrier, bike rack, utility trailer, or all the above? Now the gross trailer weight rating on this hitch is 4,500 pounds with a 675 tongue weight rating. The tongue weight rating is just any downforce pushing down on our receiver tube. We have a 2x2 receiver tube opening, which will accommodate many accessories like bike racks, cargo carriers, and just your standard ball. Now looking at our safety chain loops here, it is a flat plate that is welded to the receiver tube that will accommodate the old style hooks and also the bigger clevis hooks. And our pin and clip is just going to go into our hole in the receiver tube, and you're just going to lock it down. There is one measurement I do want to give you, and I'm going to measure from the center of our pinhole to the edge of our bumper. And the reason I'm giving you that measurement is if you've got any accessories, folding accessories like a bike rack or even a cargo carrier, that will tell you how long of a shank you need to actually fold that up and keep it from hitting your bumper or your hatchback. Let's go ahead and measure that. And from the center of the pinhole to the bumper, we're looking at about 5 inches. The Blue Ox hitch does have a tab welded to it to go ahead and put a bracket for your wiring. A lot of your hitches out there do not include that, and you've got to buy an extra bracket. But I think that's really nice that they do put that in for you. That way you can maintain your wiring in the same position all the time. What I like about this Blue Ox hitch on our Ford Edge is it is quite hidden. Basically all you're going to see is receiver tube and your wiring. So that just makes a real nice finish when you're looking at the back of the vehicle. You don't have a cross tube from a hitch going across here that you see or anything. So it's just a nice look and will definitely help you for your towing adventures. As far as the installation goes, the directions are pretty straightforward. I'd say the hardest part is just trimming the little heat shield that you got to trim, but it's really not even that bad. I really think you could do this at home. But if you don't want to give it a try at home, check out our dealer locator on etrailer.com. But if you do want to give it a try, stick around, I'll show you how. To begin our installation, we do need to remove 10 bolts, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you where they're at. We've got 2 here on the passenger side. You'll have these are T15s. Then you'll have a 10 millimeter here. And then along the bottom here, we've got bolts to go along the bottom to remove, and we're going to remove that whole piece. I'm going to start with the Torx screws. And on the passenger side still, we've got a 10 millimeter we need to remove. And we can go ahead and drop this little plastic piece out of the way. On the driver's side, we've got a 10 millimeter we're going to go ahead and remove. And now we've got 6/8 millimeters we need to remove. Now we can go ahead and remove this piece and go ahead and set it aside. We are not going to reuse it. We're going to strap the exhaust up because we do have to lower it down. The reason we're using the strap is we can control how far that's coming down. And we're going to take some silicone, or you can use soapy water, on our muffler isolators here and squirt those down. You're going to have one on the passenger side and then one on the driver's side as well. Grab a pry bar, and we're just going to pry this off. Now on this oval hole here, this is towards the front of the vehicle and we are on the passenger side. So we've got to get these carriage bolts inside the frame here to come out in these holes here. You got 2 on the side and then 2 on the bottom. So they give you fish wires, but this hole's not big enough to let that carriage bolt go through. So we're gonna go ahead and make that hole a little bigger. And I just got a step bit that I'm gonna use. And we're just going to make it big enough we can get that carriage bolt to slide in there. Grabbing one of the fish wires, we are going to go ahead and fish a wire through. We're going to start with the back hole here. And what I'm going to do is take the end that's coiled up and it's going to go through here. And we're going to get it to pop out right up here where we widen that hole. You may want to get a hook or some type to go ahead and grab that fish wire. Now that we do have our fish wire poked through, we're going to take a flat plate that's going to go on the fish wire first, and then take a carriage bolt, and we're going to screw that onto the end of our fish wire. Now we'll take our plate, and it will go in first, followed by our carriage bolt. Now, you notice I'm just going to pull on this wire. I'm going to pull it straight down and out. Now you're going to want to leave the fish wires on it so you don't knock the bolts back in. If you leave the fish wires on, you can go ahead and just pull the fish wire and bring it back out. Now we're going to continue that same process on these other 3 holes, and you will also have to do that same thing on the driver's side. All right, grabbing an extra set of hands. I got my buddy Brad here helping me. We're going to go ahead and raise this hitch into position. You're probably going to want an extra set of hands as well. Just going to make things a lot easier. Now we've got to take these fish wires and put them in the appropriate holes in our hitch. So just make sure you're getting the right wire in the correct hole. And now we can go ahead and just pull one of these fish wires off. I'm just going to stick one nut on for now just to hold this up. Once I get this seated up against the frame here, I can pull these through with no problem. You're just going to make sure you got the correct fish wire in the correct holes. That's the main thing here, and that when you go to tighten this or put it on hand tight, when you're holding it up there, just make sure you don't push that bolt up into the frame because you'll lose it and you'll have to fish it back out. Now go ahead and put all the rest of our nuts on and snug them up, and we'll come back by and torque them down, which we're going to do now. And you're just going to torque those down to the manufacturer specifications. We do carry torque wrenches here at eTrailer, or you can rent one from your local auto parts store. This heat shield on the passenger side, we do need to trim it a little bit. You see my white line, and I'm going to use a multi-tool, or you could use 10 snips or even a utility knife. Let's lay that up there and make sure we got enough cut off, because just remember, you can always cut more, but you can't add it. We did have enough cut off here, and you're just going to replace the 110mm nut that you took off on this piece here earlier, and then we're going to take our Torx screws that went back in here and go ahead and reattach this. Once you have everything torqued down and you get that heat shield back in place, that does complete our installation of the Blue Ox Trailer Hitch receiver on our 2023 Ford Edge. I'm Bruce. Thanks for watching.